My 36MGF27F rejected my proposal, and it resulted in a huge argument where she slapped me. I'm not sure where to go from here. Okay, so basically we've been together for nearly 2 years now, and we're pretty serious. We have been on holiday together. She stays at my house most nights, and she's met my family and they love her a lot. I've never met her family, they don't know I exist, they think she's single. I'm a white British guy, and she's a Pakistani British woman, and she's from a Muslim background. Basically, even though she's nominally Muslim, she hardly practices the religion at all, she doesn't eat pork, and vaguely tries to follow Ramadan, celebrates Eid, but she hardly prays, doesn't wear Islamic dress, drinks, smokes joints, has sex sets, which doesn't bother me because I'm not religious at all. I decided I love her so much. I proposed to her on Valentine's Day. She was so stunned she broke down in tears. She said she needed time to think about it. So yesterday she says she's thought about it, and as much as she loves me, she can't marry me. Basically, she says because of our backgrounds her family would never accept me. On top of not being a Muslim, I'm a different race, divorced, have a child that I don't have custody of, and tattooed. They'd vaguely accept me if I was a Muslim, but I'm an atheist and don't think I should convert of. I don't believe in the religion. They've apparently been putting a lot of pressure on her to get married and have even talked about an arranged marriage. I think she could just put her foot down, tell them about us, and take the consequences. She was mortified and said she could lose her family and they'd be shunned by the community. She said like, you're not good enough for them to marry me. I was really pissed off and said something like, so I'm good enough to get pissed and high with and fuck you up the arse but not good enough to marry. I guess that was a red flag to a bull, so she slapped me hard and screamed at me to fuck off and stormed out. We haven't spoken all day. We never argue ever. But this one was bad. I don't know what to say. I love her so much and I know she loves me, but I don't know if we can go ahead. I've committed to her in every way I can, but it doesn't feel 100% reciprocated. Can we come back from this? Update. Okay, so one comment I read really stuck with me, basically saying that if she really loves me and wanted a future, she'd stand up for me, which I appreciated. So after I read that, I rang her. She straight away apologized for slapping me and said that was out of line no matter what I said. I said, as much as I appreciate the apology, that's the last time she ever puts her hands on me. If she does it again, we're over. I basically said then that it's make or break. I said if she loves me as much as she claims, then no matter how hard it would be, she'd stand up for me and show me off to her family and write for me, and if they didn't accept me, then she's got me. I said that I won't speak to her again unless she womans up and comes clean with them. I won't accept any less. She went so quiet for ages. Went, okay, I've got it. I know what I have to do, love yay, and hung up. God knows what she meant, but if she decides her family and culture are more important, then I suppose I won't hear from her again. If she decides it's me she wants, I will, but I won't be fucked around. TLDR had proposal turned down by GF on the grounds of culture and religion, and we argued so badly Age slapped me. Can we come back from here? Edit. I've had a few posts asking about her family and how I should have expected it based on her rejection of my proposal. Because I'd never met them, I had no frame of reference for them, but what she'd told me I thought they could potentially be okay in future. They're all very middle class. Her dad's a GP, so is the abusive brother, and the mum was born here. I wasn't expecting to hear from her again, so I logged on to my Instagram and Facebook the next morning, and she's gone public with our relationship, like sharing pictures of us together, changing her relationship status to in a relationship and really showing us off. We weren't linked in social media before, because her family was on hers, so this was a massive thing. I tried to touch bases with her, but I couldn't get hold of her. So basically yesterday, I got home from work and she was in my house waiting for me. She had a black eye, thick split lip, and her fingers were all swollen on one hand. Basically, after she went public, her family demanded she go around that night to explain herself. So she did, and she explained it like a grilling. She said they were asking her about me, and basically talking shit about me when she gave them details. So she defended me and told them she was in love and wanted to marry me. Apparently her brother got so incensed, punched her a few times in the face, and in trying to escape her hands got trapped in the door, so he slammed it on her fingers. I took her to the hospital, and she's got medical treatment. She's now staying with me. I'm not having her going back to them again. She's apologized to me so much for how we spoke last. I heard her crying herself to sleep last night, so I've tried to be there for her. She said she doesn't want to report them or pursue criminal charges, and she never wants to see them again. I feel so guilty. I mean, yeah, I did want her to stand up for me and herself, but I didn't want her to get injured. But we're together now. Update, so we've talked just, and she's decided or does want to report it to the police after all. I think it was after I've been talking on here and done my bit of research on the internet and looked at all the stories where people have got killed for being in our situation. We're also looking into several of the local domestic abuse resources in our area, so she can get some support for what she's been through. Update 2, wow, so many posts since I looked last yesterday. Sorry I can't reply to them. We're so busy. Basically, we rang the police, and they came around to take a statement. They're taking it extremely seriously, and are hooking us up with someone who can help with these sorts of issues. So sorry. I'm so tired, I can't remember the name of them. We're going to try and go to get her stuff from her parents with a police escort later, which as you can imagine, she's really nervous about. TLDR girlfriend came public with us, got abused by her family, and she's now with me.